understanding that fear can be a motivator and can be something that helps push you towards improving where your life is at. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Welcome to the Risen Fallen podcast. I am your host, Mark Hendrickson, and welcome to the show. If you're brand new to this podcast, then what you can expect is open and authentic conversations about things like mental health and self-development and how to get your life moving in the right direction. If you're not feeling good about where you are right now, at least having the confidence knowing that you're getting at least 1% better, at 1% closer to the person you'd like to be in the future every single day. And if you're not new to this show, if you're a returning listener or a returning viewer, whether you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to the podcast version of this, happy Thursday. Well, thank you very much for coming back and supporting the cause, supporting the journey, and supporting the movement of making yourself 1% better every single day and lifting other people up along the way, whether you're brand new to this show or not. Thank you very much for tuning in today. And you are the reason that I do what I do. And so, happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. I am doing well today. I just wrapped up 75 Hard as you guys are listening to this just this past weekend. And as I record this, I am on day 73. I am feeling pretty good right now. I'm feeling a little bit tired, a little bit burnt out, a little bit sore, a little bit excited and a lot proud. I'm very proud. Feeling good about it. When you've done 75 Hard, you kind of really understand this feeling of just kind of an accomplishment of, understanding a lot more truths about yourself that you really didn't know about before in terms of what you can accomplish and the results that you can achieve, just in terms of the compounding effect of your kind of small actions on a daily basis. And that's kind of the most elegant way I can say, if you do the work, you get shit done. And so I'm feeling pretty good right now. One of the main things that's been helping me through the last couple weeks is kind of just purely the momentum of routine. There's been a lot of things going on in the last few weeks, very action-packed in terms of work and family stuff going on and good friends' weddings and lots of stuff going on over the past few weeks. Thanksgiving, Halloween, etc. And just plugging away through with 75 Hard and squeezing everything in and like I said, just kind of being carried through with the momentum of routine. And so usually when I do 75 Hard, I've done it, once a year for the past couple years. And I usually do a little recap and just kind of talk about my takeaways. And this year is going to be no different. I am going to do a little bit of it's kind of a couple takeaways that I've had, but I don't think that they're really even specific to 75 Hard. These are just things that happened in the last couple months while I was doing it. And I wanted to share them with you. And so, hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for sticking around with me. I actually just got halfway done recording this episode, and I realized that my audio got a little bit messed up. So we are on round 2 of this, and we're pushing through it. So thank you for bearing with me. I know that you wouldn't have really even known any of that if I didn't say it, but I felt like I had to say it, so I said it, and now I'm feeling good. But I just think, in the last couple months, though I've been quite busy and I've been very effective with my time, I feel like I've gotten a lot done. I've achieved a couple of the goals that I set out for myself in the beginning of the year. During this time in the last couple months doing 75 Hard. And so there's a lot of things that I'm very proud of, a lot of things that I'm feeling good about moving into the new year as we come into the end of this year. But One of the things that I've been reflecting on a lot recently is kind of stress and anxiety and some of the fears that we have. And I think that a lot of the time it's, in the self-development world or in the entrepreneurial world or in the, business or even sometimes, just mental health world, you hear a lot of people talk about, your goals and your aspirations and who you'd like to be and what you'd like to achieve. And, sometimes you hear people talk about how, money is what they're going for and that's what they're really excited and enthusiastic about, is creating financial freedom and building a business and some pyramid scheme and whatever. And then other people will talk about, what drives them, whether that be family or freedom or whatever it could be. And sometimes we find these things, and sometimes they're material goods, and sometimes it's money, and sometimes it's just kind of like what you think other people's opinions are of you. And we think that if we get a material good, something that somebody values, then they maybe will value us. And I think that, whether you have very superficial goals or not, I think that sometimes, I think that personally, I think all the time, a lot of the things that we are striving towards or craving to achieve in life, a lot of the time these things are actually linked very closely to some of our biggest fears and some of our biggest anxieties, and they kind of go hand in hand because, you could easily understand that, some of the biggest fears and anxieties in our life is not being able to achieve some of the things that we're wanting to achieve. And, that could be for many different reasons, whether it's maybe not wanting to let somebody down, or maybe it's wanting to make somebody proud, or maybe it's wanting to rub it in somebody's face when you actually do succeed. Or maybe it's to pave the way for the next people and to kind of lead by example and show them that it's possible to do it. And everyone kind of has these, different motivations in their life, but understanding, that a lot of these things are rooted in fears, and a lot of these things are rooted in kind of maybe insufficiencies of oneself or self-perceived insufficiencies in oneself, if that makes sense. The things that we're self-conscious of, the things that we're, that we don't feel good about, the things that the skeletons in our closet, and wanting to maybe either hide those things from the world or try and solve those things and try and fix those things and, take care of it and clean it up. And so I think that understanding that fear can be a motivator and can be something that helps push you towards improving where your life is at is a powerful lesson, and it's a powerful tool, because as human beings, we're not always going to be able to robotically dictate our emotions and the feelings that we have. And, we're bound to, if you're anything like me, we're bound to wake up some days and just feel kind of that wave of negativity sometimes. And sometimes it comes in the form of anger. Sometimes it comes in the form of stress. Sometimes it comes in the form of, anxiety or confusion or fear. And I think that it would be unreasonable to expect that we'd be able to control our emotions 100% of the time, but I do think it's reasonable to be able to use those emotions to our advantage and to choose how we react to those things. And even though that sounds kind of like a broken record at this point to say, I think that we can think about the root of our emotions and the root of our feelings that we have and start to dig deep and ask ourselves why we feel the way we feel, and really dive into how we can use that to make ourselves feel better or get our lives to a point where we actually feel better about our lives. And, sometimes we actually do get to a point where we feel kind of comfortable around our lives, but then we start to get a bit too comfortable. We start to get a bit complacent. We get a bit ungrateful or maybe wasteful. And we kind of start to find ourselves, being like that guy at a party who thinks he can do some magic tricks. And he tries to do like that trick where he pulls the tablecloth out from underneath, like all the glasses and the table and on the plates and shit. And all of a sudden he, one swift movement and all, there's like glasses clanging together and plates dropping on the floor. And, he got complacent, and then all of a sudden everything's a mess. There's brokenness everywhere. And so, I don't know if that's a good analogy for what I'm trying to say, but, we get the rug pulled out from under us sometimes when we get a little bit too complacent, whether that's in our financial lives or in our relationships. We get a little bit too comfortable, and we get a little bit too, we stop caring about the small details in our lives, and we start to let things slip. And it starts with small things, whether it be leaving the dishes in the sink overnight, leaving your laundry on that chair or on that couch that you all you got to do is just fold it and put it away. Whether it's spending a little bit more than you normally do, you think, oh, fuck it, I'll get paid next week, whatever. Or maybe you just think, hey, I can have this cheap meal right now. I've been good recently. And then, you start yourself off on a little binge eating spree, and all of a sudden it's been 3 days and you've gotten takeout every single day. And all of a sudden, months and months go by, and you're looking at yourself in the mirror thinking, is this the person that I was supposed to become? Is this the person that, my younger self would think that I would grow up to be? And, if you find yourself in times like that, it's completely normal. It's called being human. We all make mistakes. We all, kind of fuck up sometimes. And, I think that one of the main things that you can possibly do for yourself, if you find yourself in a place, in a position in your life where you're just looking at yourself in the mirror thinking, how did this happen? This is not who I'm supposed to be. This is not who I'm supposed to become. I'm not proud of this. I'm not feeling good at all. I feel horrible. When you're looking at yourself and you're thinking these things about yourself, that is the time where you need to start implementing some sort of a routine. And it doesn't have to be something super intense. It doesn't have to be, something what you would consider to be extreme, whether that be 75 hard or some challenge that you need to do. Just have some sort of a routine that covers the proper basics, some sort of exercise, some sort of healthy meal plan set up for yourself, some sort of something to hold yourself accountable to, and just to kind of keep yourself moving in the right direction on the days that you wake up and you feel like, I can't fucking do this shit anymore. Just having some sort of a routine to get your ass in gear and keep yourself in motion and keep yourself, marching forward through the days that you feel like you couldn't take another step. And if you have a rock solid routine for yourself that covers all the basics and you don't deviate from it, and you just stick to the plan every single day, you wake up, you work hard, you exercise, you eat right, you rest, you treat the people around you good, you drink water, you take your vitamins, you fucking stretch, you think of things that you're grateful for. You do that every single day and you don't deviate from that plan at all. You come back to me and tell me that it doesn't work and make an improvement in your life, and fuck, I don't know what I would do. Because, making a routine that just covers my essential needs, my basic needs, has completely changed my life. And, that's something that I'm very grateful for and something that I'd like to share with you. And so that's what I'm doing right now. Short and sweet little episode because I had to record it twice, but that's pretty much it. My little 2 lessons or my 2 little takeaways from 75 Hard is, like I said, to dig into why you feel the way you feel, and to use those fears and those anxieties and those stresses as fuel to motivate you to improve your life, and to check in with yourself and think about where you're at in life, and think about if you're really proud of who you'd like to become. Or maybe you want to just kick it up a notch and take it up a gear and set a routine for yourself. But I just feel like that would really improve a lot of our lives, because I know that it has made a drastic improvement in mine. So that's the episode for the day. I'm going to try and get a couple more interviews pumping in the next couple weeks here for you. But other than that, that is pretty much it. I will check in with you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Happy American Thanksgiving last weekend for any American listeners or viewers. Sorry I didn't mention it earlier, but I'm not American, so it wasn't on the top of my mind. On that note, much love. Peace out. Love you all. See you on Monday. Bye.